What's up, AfterBuzzers? Welcome to Life After Lockup, the very last show, the finale of the season. We're super sad about it, but we're super excited about the content. Life After Lockup called Broken Bonds. This is Tracy and Clint getting hitched again in Las Vegas. This is Andrea digging her heels in. Michael beating Sarah to the punch. Lizzie going home to visit family. And Marcelino and Brittany get joint custody. It's going down, baby. Don't you go nowhere.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey everybody!
What's up?
Hi. Lexi says I can't start on tears.
No crying yet. It's too soon. You gotta save the crying to the end.
Yeah, we're super sad, you guys. I mean, obviously this is an end of a legacy, right? It's so ridiculous. Like
A legacy.
A legacy of ridiculousness.
The very first Life After Lockup, with the spinoff, so it is kind of a legacy.
It's a bit of a legacy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. My name is Kitty Kaboom, just in case you were wondering. And I'm joined by my amazing co-hosts, Brianna and Alexis. Please introduce yourselves.
Brianna.
That was easy.
And it's Alexis.
There we go. All right, so we're digging right in. I need to know, what are your overall thoughts on the whole show? I mean, obviously we're sad, but beyond that.
I think this show was amazing. I can't wait to get to Andrea's part, so I'm gonna wrap up my overall thoughts real quick so we can jump into that.
Okay.
I thought it was great. The only thing was I was so mad at the ending. Like, they just left us off with everything, and it just bothered me because now we have to wait to figure out what's going to happen with everybody.
Yeah.
So, but, was exciting to watch and very entertaining as usual.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that. I think that you're right. There are a couple of things that they left loose-ended because how can they wrap it up if the actual things that are happening are still happening? But I do like the little bit of bows that they put on certain couples. I thought it was very apropos. So in our first topic, Marcelino and Brittany, that was so cute to see.
Yeah, I wanted to cry.
Right? I was really happy for them. First of all, they got joint custody, and that's that was the biggest hurdle of all, right? So that was surprising, but it was also super awesome. And then the fact that Marcelino is down for his homie. He's like, I'm a rider, girl. I ain't gonna keep telling you, you know what I'm saying, you can't deal with Sasha, you can't. I'm gonna just go ahead and follow your lead.
Is that what you think it was?
I do. I think he was
Or was
constantly
it more
giving...
so that he was in huge trouble for possibly getting her son taken away?
I did say that part too, didn't I?
And he was giving her something that she wanted to get out of the hot seat. Is what I
kind of get that too.
And and I also was happy that they got the joint custody. I feel like it probably would have happened regardless of what Marcelino did, but it kind of did make me wonder, well, if he didn't go over there and act a fool, what could they have gotten in? Could it have been 70-30? Or is this just what they were shooting for the whole time?
That's a very good point.
That is a very good point. And you know what? Obviously, you have I pointed that out right when we were watching the show. I was like, he just trying to make sure that she don't kick his butt. I think there was a little bit of both, though, because Marcelino is not to be pushed around. Granted, he loves his wife, and I think that he is doing because he's in the doghouse. Like, he needs to make amends and make it right. But at the same time, I think a part of him is just like, you know what? Why am I keep fighting about this? I like Sasha. She's cool with me. It's probably not going to be what it should be, but I mean, I need to pick my battles.
Yeah.
That's the impression I got. You think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that like you said, I agree with everything you guys are saying. Marcelino knows he's in hot water and he just needs to stay out of trouble.
Right.
And the only way he can do that. And on top of that, Sasha was never even that bad of a person.
Sasha's dope.
So I think on top of that, he has come around to, oh my goodness, Brittany's former lover. So for him to be able to look past that and be cordial with her, it's like, why wouldn't you just be cool with Sasha? She's already in a really bad situation.
Exactly. Just let it go. Plus, she seems like a sweetheart.
And at this point, it's really just a name and a title, because if something were to happen where she would have to actually do godmother duties, she's in jail. So what's she going to do? So it's basically just kind of saying, okay, she can be her godmother, just to say that she's her godmother.
Yeah, to give her a title and make her feel included. And like they said, make her a part of family. She's family now. So they can have more than one. They can have one on the outside. They could actually do something if necessary. And then have her in name only. Works both ways.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're sharing so much with the audience. We want to share everything. Could you please share something else with the audience?
Yes, we have to share our love for you guys and our appreciation for tuning in every week and making AfterBuzz TV the ESPN of TV talk. We wouldn't be anything without you viewers, not only for Life After Lockup, but every show here at the AfterBuzz Network.
Yes.
If you're watching right now on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure you give us a 5-star rating because we are 5-star ladies. Okay. And make sure you blow us up on social media. Like our comments, slide in some DMs. Tell us what we're doing great. Tell us what we're doing not so great. We pay attention to everything you guys have to say.
Indeed.
So thank you.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right. So Megan, Michael, and Sarah, they're next up. What are your thoughts on these crazy trip? I was very surprised that he beat her to the punch. But I mean, that he said he wanted a divorce as opposed to her plopping down the
Sarah and
papers.
Michael.
Sarah, Michael, and Megan. Yeah, that Sarah pulled that move. I was kind of surprised that she didn't walk through the door with the papers out.
I think it was a long time coming because Sarah's had all this anger towards him already. And so the blow up that she had where she was crying and she's like, how dare you leave me for 3 years and how dare you love her first. I mean, it was going to come. It's just unfortunate that I had to be in a situation where her kids were there to witness it.
Yeah.
Because when I saw her daughter come out and hug her, that's something, even though she's young, that's something that she's going to carry with her for a long time.
Of course. Yeah, it was sad to see her.
You know what I wondered?
What?
Because, you know, he got off parole in this episode, and I wondered if he knew he was about to get off parole, and he was like, well, I'm not on parole anymore, so I don't need Megan for a ride. I don't need her to do all this stuff for me because now I'm off parole. I can leave when I want. I can do what I want. That's how I felt, because based on what he was saying to her, that the only reason he proposed to her and got married to her was because of the babies, and he felt like he had to. I felt like that was probably another reason why he was even sticking around. So now that part is over, he's like, oh, we can break up now.
Yeah,
I love the fact that he put it all on the table and said it. Like, obviously that was painful for her to hear, but she needs like a wake up call, because she would probably string this along a little bit longer because of her pride. I get it, ego, pride. Like, you don't want to disappoint your kids. You know what I mean? You've made this commitment. You've never been married before. You're still young. 2 kids by yourself is pretty scary. Like, I get all of that, but I definitely agree with you. I think that he's a user. He's a a manipulator, and the fact that he came clean was kind of surprising, because you know he'd be on the low about his. Like, I can do this under the rug and nobody will know. So for him to say out loud, girl, the only reason that I even married you was to make sure I see my kids, that's something to say.
I mean, he has no reason now to have to keep it a secret and not say it. Right. Because he doesn't want to be with her, and he wants to dead that part of his life, so why not say it? He wasn't going to say it beforehand because he didn't want to piss her off when he needed her.
Right.
It just really sucks though, because it's kind of like he used her and he's done and he's tossing her aside instead of taking a minute to say, you know what, you held me down for 3 years while I was in jail. You took care of my daughter. You gave birth to my other child without me there. You've been doing the most. You came to Flint so I could spend time with my newborn. Yeah. And you just got out of the hospital. Okay. Sarah has every excuse in the book to not put as much effort that she does, and he does not appreciate that.
No. He doesn't care.
But as hurt as she is by him asking for the divorce, he's doing her a favor.
He really is,
because she wasn't gonna walk away.
She wasn't gonna
like
do
that.
it.
Exactly. Like, she went and got the papers and stuff, but I think that was more to scare him than it was anything else. You saw her face when he said we need a divorce. She stopped literally dead in her tracks.
You can tell that's not what she really wanted.
She that coming.
She would fight for it.
Yeah, and I think her ego is really bruised by the fact that not only are you leaving me, but you leaving me for another chick.
For the one that you cheated on me with, who I've had beef with and been going back and forth with.
Exactly.
Who I'm pretty sure at some point he probably told her, you don't have to worry about.
What do y'all think? Real quick,
don't you hate that?
What?
The girl they tell you not to worry about.
It's usually
that they end up
like forever.
That
like,
hit a nerve for Bree. She was like, whoo!
That hit me hard. You know, that really touched my soul, because these dudes
that's how they
are
do.
Tricky. But you know what? I just want to touch on this real quick.
Girl, talk about it.
Preach.
It starts from the beginning, and his mama ain't no different. I don't like to talk about people's families
and they mamas,
but the fact that his mom had the nerve to say Megan was the reason Sarah and Michael did not work out.
I took issue with that too.
Yeah.
That apple does not fall far from the tree.
Hmm.
And when I tell you that Michael is a splitting image of his mother when it comes on to not having to take responsibility, it starts
No
right there.
accountability, yeah.
It really
It
does.
starts right there. And his mother, no disrespect,
Is doing him a disservice.
needs to look in the mirror and say, I need to do better with my mindset for myself, especially when it comes on to the impression that I'm leaving my kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Because that's exactly what, and it's so funny when she said that, I took issue with that in my brain. Like, why would you really, first, it was Megan's fault. I mean, it was Sarah's fault that this happened and this didn't go right and whatever. It just seems like, as you said, she likes to place the blame. And that's her baby, so Michael can do no wrong. So she got to find fault with somebody. Because she can't say.
Explains why he went to jail and
In
is
the
in a situation
first
where he
Exactly.
was married and had a whole fiance while getting somebody pregnant, because nobody's ever made him take responsibility
Exactly.
or accountability for anything they have to do.
Exactly.
And it's going to continue to be like that.
He's coddled. Real quick, sidebar. Who was the broad that called him when he was in the back of the car, though?
I told you there was another girl in there.
Baby. That thing was like, oh, it's just some random
And
girl that
he
just
was
happened
shook.
to call. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Why did you even answer is my question. Did you think the producers were going to be like, why you ain't answering your phone?
What I want to know
thought that was so
is-
sus.
and it's probably not, but when I heard it, I was like, ooh, she was talking about kids. And I was like, I wonder if any of those kids
Are
are his
his?
and we just don't know.
Girl.
I wouldn't be surprised. I see it all the time.
That would be too many
getting
things.
Too juicy, too much.
I can't wait for the next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was messy. That was like a sidebar messy. Like, wait. Y'all just going to bulldoze over that? That was very
I
interesting.
knew it. Guys like Michael, they got him all over the place.
Facts.
And they get girls like Sarah and Megan who ain't gonna trip about stuff
You're right.
and just shuffle them.
Tracy and Clint, moving on. Is this them finally having their happy ending? I mean, with her filthy wedding dress and his filthy nails.
Oh my gosh, they cleaned up a lot better. Give them some credit, Kitty.
I will. If the credit is shown to me, that man's nails are disgusting.
Oh
It grosses
my
me
gosh.
out. I'm sorry.
I think
but
that's
they
the
did
least
get
of their
hit.
worries.
Exactly.
No, they have
You're
a lot
absolutely
of other more important issues.
You're absolutely right. I'm just looking at the outside stuff because it's glaring to me. I'm sorry. Nails are a big deal. But he and she finally made it happen.
Yeah.
And it seemed
Again.
like initially it was under duress, but both of them seemed genuinely happy. What do you see happening for these two?
I just didn't understand the point. They're already married. They haven't been married long. I didn't see why they needed to renew their vows or have a different ceremony. So after it happened, I was just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. I think she had a problem with the fact that they got married in a bar with
Maybe.
drunk people screaming and
So a
yelling and
chapel in
stuff.
Vegas is better.
Better than a bar.
Here's the thing. Tracy has no right to have an issue with anything because whether they got married in a bar,
Right.
in a chapel,
Yeah.
on the side of Route 66,
Yeah.
her actions after getting married to
The
that
first
man
time.
trumps anything.
Yep.
True.
You
Very
did
true.
crack. You stole his car. You got arrested and dipped. And you should be happy that you were even dragged down the aisle in the first place
Facts.
after getting out of jail.
Very point. A very good point. Very good point.
Beggars are not going to be choosers.
And she seems
Tracy,
very happy.
you are a beggar. So stop choosing.
Because you don't get that luxury, sweetheart. Yeah, that was very. It just look at your face. You're like, and
She
I had
irritates
spoken
me.
clearly.
Yeah.
Well, I wish them the best. Honestly, I mean, if maybe mom's strong hand playing a part in their future has something to do with whether or not they do well, who knows? I honestly wish them all the best and hope the hell they can stay off drugs because they look like they still do drugs. Anyway, so
Sips tea.
yeah. What about Scott and Lizzie now that there is no more Scott?
I think she just needed her out and she got it.
I don't know too. She went there to find out if this man was going to come through with the coin because that's all she's ever cared about. Especially now that she's not on drugs and she is a forklift driver. She needs that money, right?
But she
gotta
didn't
make a way.
take the money that he threw.
How
I
do
was
we
like,
know
you better
that?
pick that money. It was
She
left there when
drove
she
off.
drove off.
Word?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Okay.
Because that's the first thing I thought. I was like, well, she better pick up that money.
I know that's right. Girl, don't be stupid
I
now.
don't know how long I'm going to be getting these Love After Lockup checks.
I was just really interested as to why he took a stick and beat his own car.
Yeah, because he's a drug addict and he's doing crazy stuff. And
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to that one.
I don't know.
But I felt really a little touched by the fact that she made that pilgrimage home, right? We got introduced to Mama, and we saw the commitment that she has to her daughter, who is such a pretty girl, by the way. She's graduating high school. was a nice moment that she came clean. She shouldn't have left in the first place, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. Well, how do y'all feel about the fact that she went home? Was that a good choice?
Well, yeah, she should have gone home, but where else was she gonna go?
Yeah, she had no other option.
I think she has a job, so she has an apartment, don't she?
Who knows?
I'm just saying, I like the fact that she made
Either way, she shouldn't have left in the first place, and she stayed way longer than she probably should have, and now she want to roll up because she's graduating.
Right,
like,
exactly.
And I mean, if Clint didn't do what he did, would she have even come home?
Or Scott.
Scott, if he had even did what he did, would she have even gone home?
Exactly.
Probably not. They're all manipulators. They clearly all got locked up for kind of the same general mindset, you know what I mean? They make bad choices, so it stands to reason that ain't gonna change overnight. You get out, that don't mean you like this saint that's all enlightened. Like, maybe I shouldn't do this. So I get it, you know what I mean? It kind of comes with the territory, but I do feel encouraged by the fact that she went home and spent some time, especially with her daughter.
Why do you feel encouraged by that?
I just feel like maybe this is an opportunity for her to, I think that the route that she's going in terms of like what she wants to do with her life, she's going back to school, she's going to learn to be like a support system for people that have drug and addiction problems. I don't know. I want the best for her, and I just think
that's good.
Yeah, I just think
I want the best for her too.
Yeah, because she's a mess. So
yeah,
I hope
but
she
my
gets it together.
expectations for Lizzie are low. Like they are.
Got you.
Realistically, just as a person though, because knowing like yes, she wants to do better for herself, but she still had no reason to go out to California in the first place. Like let's be real, Lizzie wasn't battling on whether she loved him or not. It was just an opportunity to go out and have some fun and mess with Scott.
And to see if she could get a little coin.
And so when you have you have negative intentions like that, how much good is really going to come to you?
Very good point.
So that's why I don't really have expectations for her. I think she's just going to keep on playing this game until Life After Lockup says, okay, your storyline is up.
Right.
And Scott's never going to hear from her again.
So she's going to find a new sucker. What y'all think?
I mean, they said she's going back to school. She's going to be a drug and alcohol counselor. Maybe she is trying to turn around her life. That's what I'm hoping for her.
I do too.
As do I. So we're all on the same page with that. Good to know. So I saved the best for last, baby, because I know how you feel about Lamar and Andrea. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Overall thoughts, please. This one.
Andrea is my spirit animal.
My thought is at least somebody thought about the kids tonight.
Yeah.
There was a plan with the kids. So I feel a little better because, they weren't talking about them last week, but I guess the plan was always for them to fly into Utah. But I still don't understand where she thought this plan was going to go because now the kids coming back, really who's going to pack up the house?
Exactly.
Well, the house don't need to be packed up because he on his way back. So he's going to live in that house. So there's no need for, the only packing needs to be done is her stuff. And I'm sure he'd be happy to do that and send it off. You can tell that he genuinely loves her. I think they genuinely love each other, and I think it's beautiful. But as Bree and I were just talking on the way in here, that's that good ghetto love right there, baby. Because at the end of the day, taking a man's things in order to keep him, seriously, she said for a good 6 months.
Love. That's psycho love. Okay.
Aren't they the same thing?
Not necessarily.
No, it is not. I've seen some beautiful ghetto love stories, and we're not gonna talk about that. Though.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about her being a crazy person and then backfiring on her. When she was crying, I did not feel sorry for her because you don't do that for people. You don't do that to people.
You really don't. Who do you think you are? Like, you are not about to control the situation.
Yeah, you can't trap somebody there like that.
And when he see that I ain't washing his clothes and making his dinner and cleaning his butt, he's gonna be so sad. Girl, bye.
Well, she said he's addicted to
me as he drives away.
Yeah.
And then she went through the blinds and was like, oh, he's really leaving.
Yeah. And didn't want to cry.
Right.
Keep that energy, sis. You was just talking all that mess saying he was gonna be back, and as soon as he pulled off, you was crying.
I was dying when she was laid in the bed crying and praying to God. She's like, Lord Jesus, please don't make this happen. And I said, wow, I feel you, girl, because I will sit there and cry and be praying as if I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Like I'm the victim. Like you become the victim very quick.
Yes, and she most definitely fits that role very well. I think
was amazing.
She like kind of gets embroiled by that. Like, it's so bad. I'm a Utah girl. I love the Lord. Why can't you just come on into the fold and do what I do and hang out with my kids? And then they got the kids going, come on, Dad. You know what I mean? So everybody.
And then she tried to say, let's just compromise. And then she tells him what the compromise is. Like, that doesn't make sense. She said, just stay here for 6 more months. He's like, no. So then
not
she
only
says,
am I not staying here, I'm never coming back.
Then she says, you know, I'll just stay here. You come back in 3 weeks. And he's like, no, like, you can't tell me what to do.
Right.
Not how marriage works.
Not at all. That was so unfortunate.
And you definitely don't have that conversation after you already tried to trap him. Like, maybe if y'all had that conversation before then, it would have been a little more rational. Maybe you'd be like, okay, well, I could do another 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But now you're trying to trap him here, so he's not going to stay with you.
That's exactly what Lamar said. He was like, you can't take 15 steps and then all of a sudden you want to take 3. Like, you should have started with that 3 and worked your way into it. She just jumped the gun because she was too emotional.
So talk to me, since you've lived this life before you bought that life. What's the end game? Like, what was she hoping to accomplish? She really thought this man was going to stay?
She wants her way.
Yeah,
That's
but she knows him by now. We all know him. And
but the thing is, you know, women have a tendency to feel like we can change a man. Whether it's him or his mindset or anything.
Girl.
And so and she said it herself. She's like, he's going to go back home and see that I'm not there to do all this stuff for him and he's going to come back. She thinks that she's changing his mindset. I told you. Yeah. My past relationship, I can't tell you how many times my ex tried to break up with me. And every single time I said, no, I'm not ready. You're not going. You're not, because I'm not ready.
You gotta love that.
That's just what it is. But did he go anywhere? No.
Yes.
No.
He got
We broke up when I was ready. 2 days after he tried. So at the end of the day, it just comes down to pride and wanting our way. And
I have so many questions, but I'm just going to save it.
That is hilarious. She quoted me. It wasn't my place to share that part, but goodness gracious, that is the best story ever. You're like, no. Right. You're like, no, he asked, and not asked, he demanded that he's leaving. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not happening.
Yeah,
it's a 2-person decision, I guess, for a breakup. One person can't make that decision.
It has
to be mutual.
Yeah, especially after you spent how much time, energy, crying, tears. You met my family, all this extra stuff, and you think you're gonna leave me?
Crazy person. She's a crazy person.
Who gave you the right?
She's gonna be on next season's Love After Lockup.
You already know.
Talking the same craziness.
And we gonna come see you and your jailbird boyfriend.
Yeah.
For life. Okay, we gotta move on. That capsulates all of our amazing couples, but it wouldn't be an amazing show without our news. So please, news and gossip, can we get a little bit of that, Alexis?
We can get some news and gossip. All right, guys, so we got a lot going on. First things first is our beloved Tracy has been arrested for drug possession. We have her mugshot, and I gotta say, she looks very, very bad. And you know, please don't laugh, guys. Y'all are mean.
No, she's mean to herself. Look at that face.
Wait, well, let her read the news. What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
So Tracy was arrested for possession of a controlled substance in Texas on Tuesday, according to Tarrant County Online Records. As of late Friday evening, Tracy was still in custody at Tarrant County and being held on $5,000 bond. Her mugshot appears, he looks very distraught and is crying, and that the right side of her head is shaved nearly bald. Stop laughing. What is wrong with y'all? I have a heart. So anyway, last week we talked about, her being on Instagram trying to sell all of her possessions, and people were concerned that she was using drugs again, and I guess she is, because look where she is now.
Look what's happening.
And I can't help but wonder, where's Clint during
all of this? Yeah, that's a very good question. And where's his mama? Because honestly,
saying
I feel
I told
bad.
You so.
Exactly. I feel bad.
And he's still crying, talking about my goddess, my goddess.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I'm not a heartless person
I can't keep looking at this picture.
I'm just saying, it's so sad. Like, we saw it coming. Come on. Everybody deserves second, third, fourth chances, I
No,
guess.
everyone deserves a second chance 3-4 times. At that point, it's disrespectful, and you think I'm an idiot.
Especially something of this magnitude.
I concur.
Yeah.
Poor thing. Well, let's hope she gets it together.
Yeah, we got one more thing. It doesn't have anything to do with our actual show, but as we know, Centoya Brown was released. You know, if you know her story, she did time for like 16 years for killing someone who was sex trafficking her as a kid, and she was finally able to be released this week.
Awesome.
And we found out that she's actually married. She's married to a man who she met while she was in prison, and they got married while she's in prison, and now that they're out, they can be together. So it's her very own story of love after lockup.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And what a great story.
Yeah, but he's cute too.
He's a cutie pie.
Yep. His name is Jamie Long, and he's a Christian hip hop artist.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And she says she's looking forward to starting her life as a recently married woman. She got her love after lockup.
Oh, I love that.
Congratulations to Centoya.
Yes.
Most certainly. Congratulations, babe. You deserve it. And to be home and to be having someone to come home to must be amazing.
Yeah, she's going to be getting a book deal, too.
Oh, my goodness. As she should.
Yep.
Yeah, her Kim K had something to do with that, too. Just saying.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that's good.
little piece of information. Tidbit. Our special segment. Can we get one of them?
Of course, you can get a special segment. So, we can start off with who did it. And then, of course, we're going to lead into our top 3.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
So, these are our lovely 3 bachelors.
Okay.
Okay. So, these are the crimes. One man, all of them from Florida. One man
Of course.
stripped naked and pooped in his family's yard.
It was somebody pooped last week.
Yeah. We got a lot
Pooping
of
his family's what?
yard.
Yard. Okay.
Another man.
That's why he went to jail for pooping in his family's yard.
Well, he was under the influence and all this
okay.
other stuff.
He's probably belligerent,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
Another man called 911 because he paid for sex but was scammed out of $500. And then our next bachelor hid drugs in his butt crack. So I want you guys to tell me
This one's
which one of these men did it. Isn't it hard? Because they all look like they're capable of the same.
All 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm thinking, and I feel like I'm wrong, but whatever. I think the guy in the middle is the one who pooped in his family's yard.
Oh, okay.
I think the man on the right in the tan is the one who was mad that he got scammed out of $500. And I think the one on the left is the one who was carrying drugs in his booty hole.
Okay.
Can we get the pictures again so I can tell you what I think? Okay, thank you. So the middle guy, I believe, got scammed out of $500 for sex.
Okay.
On the right, I believe he took an enormous dump in his family's yard.
The right in the
tan.
Okay.
And then in the orange on the left, I believe he, what's the third thing?
He hid drugs in his
butt crack.
Okay, well, the one in the middle who looks sad is the one who lost his $500.
Oh, well, you got that right.
You got that one right.
Okay.
The one in the tan was the one who, wait, let me make sure. Yeah, he is the one that hid drugs in his butt crack.
Oh, okay.
And then the other one, he got mad and he took a dump in his family's yard.
Wow, I sucked to
Yeah, you really did bad today. But I would really love to know if someone can educate me on what angers someone enough to take a dump.
Anywhere. I don't even
Sorry.
understand why you would be so. How do you allow your anger to get so? Like you're defacing yourself. How are you hurting somebody?
I'ma show you.
Right. You gonna see my butt?
Maybe there was somebody who really cared about their grass, and he knew that if he did that, they were just gonna be.
First of
so
all, that would be
upset.
fertilizer, so he's not hurting them.
Not
True.
humans
True,
are
true, true.
fertilizer.
Any dude.
Or maybe in her garden, like a rose bush. I don't know. I would think that
Roses
he was trying to make
do
somebody's
really
mad.
smell like
Yes.
Roses really smell like boo boo. They do. They do.
I'll take your word for it. I still think that's pretty disgusting.
Yes.
And I don't even understand how you can psych yourself up to do that. Like, how is that the worst thing? Why don't you just spit on them? Not that I would suggest. I always have like an
I'd rather
alternative. for
somebody poop in my yard than to spit on
Yes,
me.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
bad. It's horrible. But they kind of go, whatever. I don't know how bad. I think it's all disgusting.
So our top 3.
Yes.
Our top 3 are top 3 surefire ways to end a relationship.
Kind of like 30 Days to ditch. What is that movie? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Goldie Hawn's daughter.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Thank you. I'm all over the place. Something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Kind of reminds me of that.
Okay, yeah. So, do you ladies already know your top way?
Are we doing in the show or just in general?
In general. You can use the show as inspiration.
Well, I would definitely think a surefire way to have someone break up is to try to hide their debit card and their ID and trap them in Utah and make them become Mormon. I would break up with you.
All right. There's one. That's at the top. I would think stalking them and literally feeling like just a hot blanket on them all the time. They come outside. Hey, why are you at my job? I just came to say hi.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go home now. Hey.
Yeah, that will definitely
that'll
give
do
you
it.
some lonely nights.
Right.
I think committing some type of crime, like stealing from them, hurting them physically, you know, bust a lamp upside somebody's head.
Yes.
You might, but then again, there are some relationships that have that and they stay together. But in a normal relationship, that would definitely get you, you know, wrapped up in single. So there are top 3 ways of surefire ending a relationship. So if you're finding a way out, you don't have to go and get arrested or find a side chick and cheat. You can just...
Yeah, I was about to say, you can, you know, have a wife who's pregnant when you have another girlfriend.
Right. A wife that's pregnant and have another girlfriend.
You could continue to be in a relationship with someone and tell them that you don't do drugs and constantly accuse them of doing drugs when in fact you're doing drugs.
Facts.
Yeah.
Or you could just smoke crack on your wedding night.
Boom! Any of these will do.
This show is the perfect example of what not to do in your relationship.
Episode, you'll find one.
Yeah.
Pluck it out. It don't matter.
Yeah.
They're all ridiculous.
That's
okay.
funny.
Predictions. I don't know how applicable this is, obviously, but no, if we had to give predictions about like their life.
Like their life after.
Yeah, that was the only thing I wish they would have given us in this finale. It's like kind of some sort of update card that's like, hey, Andrea and Lamar back in LA. Or, it's like they doing some finales. But
so share with us what we do know. Remember the gossip that I shared with you about Andrea in her real life?
What?
That she was pregnant last season.
I didn't.
I thought I shared you that. I
No,
told you.
yeah, you
That's
told
what
me.
it was. That's
That
my
should have
bad.
been our news and gossip. So Andrea's pregnant.
She had a miscarriage.
Oh.
Right. I'm sorry. That was the bummer thing that I forgot to mention. Yeah, she was pregnant last season. She was super stressed out, and she said she felt fat and ugly, and like she, you know, the world is against her because she feels like she failed. You know, she's failing her marriage. That's kind of not where she wants it to be in terms of credibility, and obviously she and her husband are going through it, and then she lost her baby.
Do you think that they might try for another one?
Yeah, I think he's super gung-ho about it, and her whole thing was, listen, we didn't plan that. If we're going to plan to have a baby, there's so many other things that we need to get out of the way first. The article that I read basically said that. He was like, a baby, let's do it.
Well, that's a good prediction.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like that she's taking a step back, like, God knew better. He took our baby from us, but if we're going to do this, we got a whole lot of other
she
stuff
about
to take care of.
milk this. She about to be like, Utah, the only place you can raise a baby.
Yes.
Any way to get him to go to Utah.
You already know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know what we think might happen with Lamar and Andrea. Is that your thought?
No, you can go ahead.
Yeah, another prediction I have is I'm sorry, that whole little conversation that Michael and Sarah had was cute, and like they may be going through the motions now, but I don't think they're done. I think if he came running back to her and was like, I really actually do want to be with you, she would take him back in a heartbeat. And they have 2 kids together, so they're always going to be tied together, so it's real easy for that conversation to come up. I think that's what's going to end up happening.
And all excuse me, Megan has to do is screw up one time. That's all he needs. I mean, she's already in his eyes screwed up by kissing his homeboy, so I just think he's looking for any reason to be able to make sure that he can go back and forth and have his cake and need to do. He always has. I don't see him being a one-woman man for nobody.
I would like to watch the divorce process between Megan and but you know, it would be interesting to watch it go down to see how, I guess, petty they can be towards each other. See how Megan handles it. I would love to see Michael meeting Megan's family.
Right.
Since her dad had all that energy on FaceTime. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
But my prediction is going to be for Tracy and Clint. I feel like they're going to stay together. I don't think Clint is going to go anywhere. I think it's going to get to a point where his family gets close to disowning him. And I think his life is just going to continue to spiral. And I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up taking drugs with her.
Yeah. I mean, he looks like no drug usage has been mentioned about him, but it seems like just from the outward appearance, he's done something, and his behavior is very herky-jerky. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised either. That's such a sad prediction, but I see that happening. Yeah. It is what it is. Okay, what do you think about Scott and Lizzie? Well, there's no Scott and Lizzie. So that rounds it all up.
Yeah.
All right, well, those are our predictions for their life. Obviously, we don't know what the show is going to bring, but we are looking forward to next season. See what these new characters are all about, feeling them out, seeing what's good. So, yeah, my name is Kitty Kaboom. I think I shared that with you. Please find me on social media. Let's talk. KITTIEKABOOM. Where can they find you, beautiful?
You can find me on Instagram at IamB_Cheyenne, CHIANNE.
And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at IamLexiFierce, IamLexiFierce. I think that was right.
Listen, guys, we really, really, genuinely are going to miss you. We're going to miss each other. We don't want this to end.
This is such a fun show.
It is a fun show. And I hope that next season we see you again. We'll just put those feelers out there and see what the universe brings us. Thanks so much, guys, for joining us. We'll see you when we see ya.
We'll miss you.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.